Hi guys, welcome back. I have another Pandora video that I would like to share with you guys just to show some of the things I've picked up since the last time as I complete my personality bracelet. So as you can see, we have 6 new things in total. 2 of them are actually from PoshMark, and then the rest are directly from the Pandora store. So I figured I would actually start with the PoshMark items. Believe it or not, both of them came with original packaging. This is how this came. It was in this pouch, and it also had a Ziploc bag on the inside for this charm. So I'm assuming this is like one of their older charms just because of the pouch that it came in, and it's no longer on the website. But this one says Fairy Tale. It is a book, and I just thought this was so cute. I was looking for a charm that actually would show my love of books. I love to read, and on the back here it says, or has like an image of a princess kissing a frog. And as you guys know, Tiana is like, she's one of my favorite Disney princesses, so I thought that was really cool. And I like how thick it is too. Like, it's a pretty substantial charm. It does screw over like the rivets, but I thought this is so nice. I love this. And I got it on PoshMark, and it shipped really fast. The seller did actually like send the pouch and everything, so I was very happy with that. And the quality looks really good. Like, I love this charm even more in person. And here is the next one from PoshMark. She did tape it up really good, and she gave the box. And this one is one of my favorites. It's Cheshire Cat, and I love this one because he's one of my favorite characters in Alice in Wonderland. As you guys know, I love Alice in Wonderland, and to me, this charm symbolizes everyone doing their best. Like, no one really has it figured out. And I love when he says, we're all mad here. I'm mad, you're mad. I think that's kind of like life. We're all a little mad. So there you can see where it says on the side of his head, Disney. Then underneath, it has the S925. And then the Hallmark, ALE. You can see underneath the enamel how he's like squatting there. And then let's see, and this also has Pandora on this side of his head. It's such a nice charm. I also feel like this kind of speaks to the little bit of my personality where I like to do crazy things. I like to do stuff that's fun. I like to do things at random. I just like to have a good time, which Joe is aware of and my family is aware of. But yeah, so this just represents for me everyone doing their best, and also that spark of madness that I think lives really inside of all of us, but especially more pronounced with me. Now from PoshMark to regular Pandora. This is the cross. It has the cubic zirconias in it. I love this because it really speaks to my faith. I am a Christian, a proud Christian. This one I got from Pandora, and this is not the only one that I got from Pandora, but this does not have like the ALE or the S925 hallmarks. So just goes to show you not all of them will have that. But it is from Pandora. Like, if I saw this on PoshMark, I probably would have been hesitant. But this one was very inexpensive, so it's no need to like look for this one on Hallmark, or not Hallmark. No need to look for this on PoshMark because they still have it in stock, and it's actually rather inexpensive. That's what the back looks like, in case you are curious. I do feel like I have to say I'm a proud Christian now, because I do think so much of society has gotten to a point where they kind of make you feel like you're the crazy one for being a Christian. At least that's just been my perspective on things recently. Even when Joe and I are out at dinner and we say grace like over our food, you could just see people are looking like, oh, is someone praying like over their food? And it's like, I want to always show that I'm grateful for everything that I have. I'm grateful for my life, and I want to show my faith more, just because of the times we're living in. I think that Christians sometimes we're looked at as like we're being maybe too much for some people, but then other things are just like completely acceptable now, which to me is just, that's a little bit odd. But I won't go on a rant, but that's just what this symbolizes for me. It's not a fashion statement, it's a life choice in a walk of faith. So here is another Pandora store purchase, and it is the glove. This one also does not have any hallmarks. It does not have ALE on it. I did purchase it directly from Pandora. As you can see, it's a little pink enamel heart. Pink is my favorite color, that and green. And written across the heart, you can kind of make it out, but it says strength. And this, for me, means that I'm like a fighter, a warrior. I'm someone who's never going to be put down. I'm always going to get back up. If you watch like Captain America, or not Captain America, but Captain Marvel, she was kind of like that too. I'm not saying that I'm exactly like Captain Marvel, but I just mean I respected that she constantly got back up. This also represents something that was like a couple of years ago. I was actually in a coma, and it was due to a medical need. And it wasn't cancer, but it had to be treated aggressively like cancer. And so it was a 12-hour surgery. After the surgery, they put me in a coma so that I can heal. So I was in a coma for a couple of days. And I felt very grateful afterwards because, one, it was a major surgery. I think less than 1% of people actually get diagnosed with it. And so I was grateful because I have amazing health insurance. Like after all of that, I think it only cost me $1,200, almost $1,300 out of pocket. And when I say I had a great surgeon, like he was top 30 under 30 for that type of surgery. I stayed in like the recovery room I was in was almost like a hotel suite, and I got a nurse that came to our apartment at the time to help take care of me and everything, and I felt very blessed. It brought me even closer to God, obviously, and it was a difficult time. The recovery was like over 6 months, and I was just grateful that when I was in a position to recover and take that long off of work, and I didn't have children, so at least it happened to someone like me that was like in a position to recover and it not affect me in that way, versus someone who's like, maybe they're a single mother, maybe they don't have the best insurance. So through it, I became more fearless, and now I say to myself, anytime something like scares me, nothing is as scary as being put under and not knowing if you're gonna wake up, and then them telling you right before you go into surgery, by the way, we're gonna have to put you in a coma for a couple of days, and you're just like, I guess I'll have to do it. But this is the back of it, so this is me putting up a fight with everything. Here's another one from Pandora, and this one is the Open Works music note. You guys may or may not know this if you watched any of the other videos. I am a violinist. I used to play in high school, and I was first chair, and I was so proud of that. If you know about orchestra, first chair means you are the best. And every week we would have to compete against each other for that position. It wasn't something that you can sit for the semester and maintain it, especially before a concert. So me and Nancy Yang would always, like, we would be switching back and forth. Either I was second chair and she was first, or I was first and she was second. So she always made me better, so I enjoyed that. So I had to get something that showed my love for music and that I'm a violinist or a musician. And this is so beautiful. When I picked it up at the store, the woman who worked there, she said, "This is one of my absolute favorite charms. I have it on every single Pandora bracelet I have. I love music. My kids are in band." And I was just like, you know, because I asked her, like, what does this charm mean to you? And she told me, you know, it reflected her children and what they enjoy together. And it's just so nice to connect with people over jewelry. So this is the back of it. They do have the treble clef here, which is the measure of music that I will play in. Let's see, I have an eighth note. They have like the beads all around. Hanging charm is also the eighth note. So I just like that they have that there. It's really cute. I just enjoy it so much. I'm so grateful for this. I might have to do like where I play a song on my violin for one of my regular videos. That would be nice. Maybe I'll do that one day. But this is really one of my favorite pieces, like one of my favorite charms. Joe actually got this for me and surprised me with this. He was like, "I know it was on your wish list." So thank you, Joey. So here is the last item. And to protect all of these amazing, beautiful charms is the Mickey climbing safety chain. I also got this directly from Pandora, and I just thought, I love Disney. In that previous story, I was telling you guys about with the surgery. It was a very extensive surgery. Like I said, it was 12 hours long. The recovery was brutal. I had to be in a feeding tube for 2 weeks. So it was a feeding tube, and I'm bringing this up now because one of the things I had to do, because they had to remove like a bone from my leg, and then they had to use it for another part of my body. And so they had to make sure that I could walk like properly and everything. And I remember Joe and I would go around the one floor of the hospital, and I would sit there at this one place and look at the trees. And it was nothing but these green trees. And I just thought, God, I want to be at Disney so bad. And I remember the surgeon, he was like, "Don't worry, by the time you recover, you'll be able to make your Disney World trip." And we did. We ended up going to Disney World later that year. So to think, I was holding on to that goal of going to Disney at the end of all of that, and Mickey is holding on to this safety chain. So as you can see, it has Pandora, ALE, and the S925 on the inner side of the veil. And then it is a pink, like a red actually. It's like a red CZ heart. And then you can see Mickey. That's his little face. He's like staring up like, yes, I'm going to save it. So I just love this so much. And then it's also the red CZ, the red heart CZ. And here is the other side with the red CZ heart. So that is the safety chain. So when putting on the safety chain, it is the first thing you put on your bracelet and the last thing you put on your bracelet. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So I did just like clean all of my charms off that I have so far. Anytime I want to show you guys what it looks like on my wrist, I want to give you the best version of it, where it's nice and sparkly and clean. And the safety chain for this measures at 2 inches in length. That's what you see here as is extended. And I also would like to give a mini review on it, just because of what its feature is. I have had a couple of instances where the bail slides off the end and my charms have fallen off. So because of that, I think the way I'm going to structure my bracelet is going to be with the fairy tale book at the very end as the last charm, because this actually does screw on. And I noticed when I took it off, my bracelet, when I just quickly slid the charm on with the other charms, it actually worked as like a safety net. So because it screws on over the rivets, it stopped all of the other charms from falling past that point. And me knowing that the Mickey safety chain is like, it's not super reliable. I would say it's probably at 85% efficiency. So it's pretty efficient. It's just, I think sometimes if it's like moving around a lot, it kind of unscrews itself because it's not the tightest like bail, if that makes sense. So it's easier for it to roll around on your wrist and unscrew itself and then slide back and forth. So that is something I would say if you're interested in like the safety chain. This one, I wouldn't say it actually works 100% of the time, like it's not foolproof. I don't have any other experience with other safety chains to know if that's like kind of the thing with safety chains, like you just have to kind of keep your eye on them. But I did appreciate that this book charm actually stopped all the other charms. So maybe that might be something that can help you to look for like an authentic screw-on charm as the last charm on your bracelet. So this is what I mean when I say it's like screwed on. As you can see, the book charm, look at it, so clean. So when I slide all the charms to the end, look, it stops it. So I screwed it on enough for it to basically sit in place on the rivet. And that way it prevents any further sliding. So here is the finished product for the bracelet. As you guys can see, I've organized it. I did put the book at the end just so as a extra preventative measure. And I want to give an update for some of these charms. So my 50th charm, Mickey's leg like broke. And part of his leg snapped off. And I know I have a warranty, but I did find it like on Rue La La where I can get another version, like another copy of this charm where it's relatively inexpensive. I think it's like $29. I think it was $29.99. And so I'll try to get a secondary copy of that. Worst case, I'll have to get in touch with Pandora for them to replace it. I just don't know how good that will be since I don't think they sell it anymore. Which is why I referenced Rue La La first. And then the Oswald charm. Nothing wrong with it in terms of like it's not damaged or anything, but his foot gets caught on everything. So if you're doing laundry, if you're just in bed and you have like a waffle knit blanket or anything like that, his foot gets caught in everything. Sometimes it gets caught in my hair. I'll lay down and my head will be like my wrist will be resting above my head and his foot gets caught. It gets caught in my hair and it's so funny. It makes me think about the lucky rabbit foot. But that's just what I think about whenever I see it. But this is the bracelet, guys. I am so happy with how it's turning out. I feel like I'm so close to being done. I really don't know how many more charms I'll need, but it has been very exciting. and I can't wait to do like holiday bracelets and do designs for that. I just saw that Disney and their Pandora collection came out for the holidays, and Christmas is a huge holiday for us. We don't celebrate Halloween, but I definitely was interested in that collection. It just looks so cute. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I hope you have a great day. So I actually realized in editing this video that I didn't get a chance to show you guys the hallmarks. That is when I realized this is a fake. And I was so annoyed. You know, whenever you're trying to support like small businesses from PoshMark, Etsy, they usually want you to accept an order. And I try usually to just accept it right away, which I did with this. I didn't even inspect it, which that was pretty negligent on my part. So don't do that. Take your time to inspect it. But once I realized in editing that I did not get what was advertised, I contacted PoshMark. Since I had accepted the order, they just still kind of went through the same process, I guess, as if you don't accept the order. I had to send photos of this in natural sunlight, so outside. I think I went out like in the morning to make sure it was super bright. No question, it was outside sunlight. And I took pictures of all sides of the charm, and then I sent it back to them. They reviewed it and they said immediately, yeah, this is a fake. This isn't what you ordered. They said since the money was already dispersed to the seller, they can't really do anything, but they were going to give me my money back anyway as like a one-time courtesy. So I got scammed on Poshmark. It wasn't a full scam. Thank God it was like not where I needed the money or anything, but it's still rude. Like, why would you say it's authentic? Like, I won't dox this person's site or their page, but why would you do that? Although I did go back afterwards, and all of the items on their page were listed as sold. So I think they may have gotten in trouble, which I wasn't. I just wanted my money back, but I'm glad they got shut down. I know that. I'm sorry if that sounds bad, but the problem is it was listed as authentic. Like, I would never look at it if it said, like, you know how they tried to make it sound European replica. But Poshmark did me a solid and they refunded me the money. And they said, don't worry, you don't have to send this charm back. But it really, I think I'll stay away from Poshmark. I don't like feeling like this.